Okay folks, so here we are. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing very well. I am sat at a very lovely setup here in the apartment, and today's video is a very special video because it's probably the most heavily requested video that I've had over the last month or so since leaving Ibiza. And today is a very good day to film it because I am exactly 1 month sober. So you can see, I think I'm looking a lot better. My face is definitely a lot less bloated. My physique is honestly, I would say probably 10 times better. My mental state is 100 times better, and I just feel like a new person. I feel absolutely amazing. Now, I would not have described myself as an alcoholic, but I guess I was pretty dependent on alcohol. I did drink pretty much every single day for the last 2 or 3 years, which sounds pretty crazy. Now that I've had a month sober, it's pretty embarrassing to admit, I would say. At the time, I thought it was funny. I used to joke about it. I used to be almost proud of it. And I would say that, if anything, I was probably a functional alcoholic. I'm not going to say I was an alcoholic. It's quite harsh. It's almost embarrassing to admit it yourself. But I was probably addicted to alcohol in some way. I don't know. Alcoholic, whatever. Don't really have to put a name on it. Here I am, 1 month sober. I'm feeling much better. And I want to teach you guys the lessons that I've learned over the last month and over the last 2 or 3 years, drinking cervezas almost every day. So this is a serious topic, so if any of you guys do need help, if you are struggling at the minute, I know it's very difficult for lots of people around this time of year at Christmas with families and all of that stuff and financial issues. So my Instagram is going to be open for the next however long, and if you watch this video and you need some form of help, I guarantee I can help you in some way. I'm not qualified to give advice or to recommend anything to you, but I can give you my own opinion and I can help you in my own way. So my Instagram will be open. If you do need any help, if you are struggling with anything, whatever it is, addictions, relationships, or whatever that is at this time, please send me a message and at least I can point you in the right direction or in the direction of a professional that can help you. So everyone goes through tough times. Everyone goes through struggles. I've realized this now that I'm 30. I've actually, over the last 2 or 3 years, I've probably became the wisest that I've ever been because I've experienced so much. I've made so many mistakes. I've learned so many lessons. I've met so many new people who have all gone through some shit. Everyone goes through shit. It's normal. Life is up and down. It's not easy for everyone. And if it is easy, you're probably stuck in a protective little bubble with no experience of anything. And when you get out of that little protective bubble, I was in that before. When you come out of the protective bubble, you just get punched around by life. So don't worry if you're in a bad position. The only way is up. You can only get better from wherever you are. Let's talk about alcohol, okay? So apparently you're addicted to something if you rely on it to elevate your mood or to deal with your problems, or if you're relying on something to change your mood in any way, you're probably addicted, whether that's porn, whether that's alcohol, whether that's drugs, whether that's caffeine, whether that's video games, whether it's scrolling on your telephone. All of these different things are addictive because they all trigger different hormone releases. So dopamine, serotonin, all that stuff. Even sex, you can get addicted to sex because it releases the love hormone, which is addictive and it makes you feel good. So pretty much everything in life is addictive. So once something becomes addictive, that's when it starts to have most likely a negative effect on your life and you can't live without it. So you become dependent on it, which is not a good route to go down. I mean, there's obviously very healthy addictions, which can be good too. But again, you can get addicted to a healthy addiction. And that's when things like eating disorders are formed. So again, this is life. Life is hard. It's not easy for everyone. Anyway, let's get into the alcohol. I can ramble on. I want to do more videos like this, by the way, where I sit down and talk about my experiences in life and talk about what I've learned over the last few years. So this is going to be the starting point. I did want to make it more interesting by going out and about filming this, but I literally wrote in my notes 10 or 15 bullet points this morning when I woke up 1 month sober, and I was like, right, I need to film this today. I've literally just got out of the shower. I've just been for a run and I'm ready to go. Right, okay, so let's start with bullet point number 1, balance. Now, I asked on Instagram the other day, why do you guys and girls follow me? What's the reason? I want to know so I can kind of try and improve my content and focus my content in one area. And pretty much all of you said you follow me because I'm honest, because I'm transparent, and because I show my vulnerabilities, I show my mistakes, I show the good and I show the bad. And then when I asked what type of content you want to see on my Instagram, gym, fitness, health, running, parties, lifestyle, travel, Most people said they want to see a balance of parties, lifestyle, running, training, and travel. Basically, what I took from all of the feedback was that people relate to me because I don't do too much of one thing. I'm not super into fitness. I don't track my calories. I don't obsess over the gym. And I like to have a beer on the weekend, and I like to party with my friends, and I like to just enjoy both. So I think people relate to me because, I mean, you look at Uncle Mike, he has an incredible physique, he's super successful, and he's done very well for himself through extreme discipline. Mike deserves all the success he has because he's been so disciplined. But I don't have the same discipline as Mike, which is why I don't have the same physique as Mike. And I also don't obsess over the gym. Like, Mike's number one priority in the day is to go to the gym. Mine isn't. And I think for most normal people, their number one priority isn't to go to the gym. Balance. Let's talk about balance. My balance pretty much went out the window because I don't think drinking alcohol every single day is balance. In fact, what I have seen is a lot of people post about the 80-20 rule. 80% of your time, work, grind, healthy habits, ice baths, running, tracking your macros, and then the other 20%, which could be a Friday or Saturday night, or every other Friday or Saturday night, go have fun with your friends, go and have a drink, go to nice restaurants, go and enjoy yourself, let go, okay? So that is more balanced in my opinion. Even though it's 80-20, it's not 50-50, but 80-20 is a better balance. Oh, my fire's gone off. Okay, so bullet point number 2, this is me being very, very honest and me making myself very, very vulnerable for, not abuse, but for people to criticize me. But once again, me showing my vulnerabilities, you guys learn lessons from it, and I also learn my lessons from it. I'm not going to go back to these old bad habits. But there was days at the end of the summer where I had no motivation, I had no routine, I had no goals, I wasn't aiming towards anything, and I would wake up at 2 p.m. and go downstairs, and because everyone else has already been up during the day, it's Ibiza, the sun is shining, everyone's on the beers, and rather than having a coffee, I would literally have a beer with my breakfast. And it just felt like a normal thing to do because I was looking around at everyone else and everyone else was having beers, but probably everyone else hadn't woke up. And even then, even if everyone else had just woke up, everyone else is on holiday. This is my life. And I just got so sucked into the trap of watching what everyone else was doing. The only reason people really go to Ibiza is to party, to enjoy, to have a good time, to relax. They work every other week of the year to then save all their money to come to Ibiza for 1 week and let go and drink every day if they want to, and drink, have a cocktail for breakfast and do whatever they want. But that's my life. That was my life. That was my daily life. And I was being influenced by my environment and the people around me in the environment, and seeing them drinking a beer or a cocktail at whatever time, 1 p.m. for lunch. And I was thinking, oh, well, if they're doing it, it's okay for me to do it. But actually what would happen is if I have a beer at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., very, very difficult for me to stop. And it's also very, very difficult for me then to go and do something productive with my day, like go for a run or go to the gym or film a nice video. Like, it's very difficult because once I have a beer, I'm pretty relaxed. Beer, cervezas, wine, alcohol works as kind of a depressant. So it kind of sedates you in some way. Sedates, I guess sedates is the right word. It makes you lazy, makes you not want to do anything. It makes you just want to chill on the beach with a few cold beers and do nothing, which is fine if you have worked your ass off all year round to go to Ibiza and do that. But I hadn't. I had fell out of my routine. I wasn't doing anything productive. And even some days I would have a beer at lunchtime and then I'd have to go for a run or I'd have to go to the gym. And to me, in my head, that just made no sense. Like, there is no way I am getting a good training session in after I've drank a beer or 2 beers. And again, these aren't big beers like what we drink in the UK. I wasn't drinking pints. I was drinking canyas, which are just smaller than a half pint. But again, it's still no excuse. It's still not good to drink 2 canyas and then go to the gym or go for a run. It just doesn't make sense. It's counterproductive. But again, these were the bad habits that I was falling into. And again, I was drinking every single day. So, next bullet point. Most times, especially in the evenings, I could never ever just limit myself to 1 beer. Literally, physically impossible for me. Again, I have a very addictive personality. I get addicted to everything. And over the last month, whilst I've been staying off alcohol, I became addicted to other things. Caffeine, I've been addicted to chocolate milk, to cereal. That's been kind of my replacement for alcohol. So again, it's just my personality. And again, because I do preach so much about balance, I would like to try and combat that and try and have more things in moderation. But we're working on it. Anyway, that's just my personality. So 1 beer for me is literally impossible. For me, it's so much better just to have no beers. go cold turkey and have no beers, because I don't really have anything in moderation. I always take things too far. And one thing that I noticed, if I was sitting having a beer with Joel or whoever, Joel could have 1 or 2 beers and then go off and get on with his business. Whereas me, I would have 1 or 2 beers and then I would sit there and just keep drinking more beers. And the problem with Ibiza is, once you get drunk, then every single night of the week, there's a club open, there's a party, there's a night. I've got all my friends in Ibiza who are always up for doing anything. So I can have a few beers at 5 p.m, then I'm drunk and I'm feeling giddy, I don't want to go to bed. So what I would do is literally ring one of my friends and be like, oh, let's go to High, let's go to Pasha, let's go to a party, or let's go to a restaurant and drink. So again, it's just bad habits, and that means I was drinking for prolonged periods of time. Not only that, I was spending an absolute fortune, because Ibiza is not cheap, especially for beers. Lots of people used to advise me to day drink rather than nighttime drink. Obviously, the longer the time between your last alcoholic drink and going to bed, the less effect it has on your sleep, which alcohol, the biggest problem with alcohol is the effect it has on your sleep. That's why you wake up feeling like shit. So if you drank a beer or 2 beers at 3 or 4 in the afternoon and then went to bed at midnight, then beers will pretty much 100% have worn off, depending on your metabolism and how your body deals with alcohol. Mine specifically, if I have a couple of beers at 4 or 5 o'clock, 2 beers at 12 o'clock, I'm completely fine. Wake up, green recovery on Whoop, no problem. But again, my problem is, if I start drinking at 1 p.m. in the afternoon with lunch, boozy lunch, day drinking, it doesn't stop. It continues all the way through the night, probably until 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the nightclub's shut in Ibiza. So again, it's just not a good idea for me. And then even when I get to the club, I can drink, like, if I have a beer in my hand, it's gone within 5 minutes. And then you go to the bar again, and it's 16 euros for a bottle of Heineken. And it's like, what the fuck? And then I drink so many of them, spend an absolute fortune, get too drunk, someone gives me tequila shots, and I wasn't doing anything bad, but I just don't think I was doing anything good. Like, every night became the same in Ibiza. I wasn't impressed by my favorite DJs anymore. I wasn't enjoying the club experience anymore. There was too many people, and I was going there just to get drunk because I had nothing else to do. And then I'd wake up in the morning at like 2 or 3 p.m, not in the morning, and I would have nothing to do that day. And I was just repeating this process, thinking I was having a good time, but actually I wasn't enjoying myself because I had done it for so long. I was actually bored of it. And then I was drinking so much alcohol because I could not physically go to the club sober, because there's so many people crammed in like sardines. There is just no physical possible way, if you ask any of my friends, anyone that lives in Ibiza, that you can go to the club sober, because you're just going to get pushed around by everyone who's fucked up, and it's just a horrible experience. So you have to get drunk before you go, which again is a problem. That's, who wants to do that? That's just don't go to the club, just go to bed. But again, fear of missing out, you're in Ibiza, why would you stay in bed when you could go to the best clubs in the world with the best DJs every single night of the week? This is all one big problem for me. So anyway, this is just my experience. This is my experience living in Ibiza. That's why I'm very happy to be in Madrid now with no distractions. Well, there probably still is distractions in Madrid. There's still good DJs, there's still nightclubs, but I've kind of set myself aside. I haven't been texting people that I know. I've been staying out of trouble. I've been literally working my ass off all day, every day, making videos, taking photos, creating content, and organizing my life, which I kind of just let. It's like, I don't know, if you have a garden at home and you don't cut the grass, you don't tidy the plants up, everything just kind of gets overgrown and into one big mess, and it doesn't look nice anymore. That was my life after being in and out of Ibiza for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Everything was just a mess. So over the last month in Madrid, being sober, I've had so much mental clarity that I've been able to tackle everything. Like I said, I've hired my friend Jake to help me with everything, do all my admin, and pretty much after 1 month of grinding hard, everything is now pretty much in order, which would never ever have happened if I had stayed in Ibiza, because even in the winter in Ibiza, everyone is still there to enjoy, everyone is still there to party. There is the benefit of living in a city is everyone's grinding, everyone's working, there's a hustle and bustle, everyone's going somewhere, everyone's got something to do. In Ibiza, not many people have stuff to do unless you're doing property or you've got a small business for tourists. Most people are there to enjoy, to get drunk, to go to a nice restaurant, and then go to a party. Which, of course, why wouldn't you do that? Ibiza is the best place in the world to do it, and I love Ibiza, and I'll definitely go back when I'm ready, when I have enough discipline and enough willpower. Finally, I lost my passion for photography, for videography, for my creative work. I find the most inspiration when I watch YouTube videos, when I watch reels. when I look at what other people are doing, and when I consume good content, when I watch movies, when I watch not TV programs, but movies, YouTube videos, when I see other people creating amazing content, I get ideas and I get inspired. In Ibiza, I didn't watch any YouTube. I didn't take any notice of what anyone was doing on Instagram. I wasn't looking at any. I love watching people create sick content. It's my favorite thing in the world, is to watch people make amazing content and then to get inspired and be like, fuck, I want to go out and do that. But in Ibiza, I just didn't do that. If you notice, pretty much all my videos in Ibiza were kind of, not shit, but there was no kind of cinematography or thought process into any of it. It was like, we're doing something fun today, pick up the camera and just get the bare minimum of shots, not go to any extra effort, and then literally come home, edit as fast as I can because the sun's shining, there's people on the beach, there's beers to be drunk. So this whole lifestyle was just detrimental to my creative mind and my I don't know what the word is, my creative mind and just me as a creative. I didn't feel like a creative anymore. I didn't feel like I was enjoying holding my camera. It was more of a chore to hold my camera, and I'd prefer to shoot on my iPhone and make kind of just average content just for the sake of it. So now that I'm back in Madrid, I've been writing down in my little book all my ideas for new videos. I've been seeking inspiration. I've been saving YouTube videos. I've been saving reels. I've been planning all this different type of content, and I feel inspired again. And also I enjoy making content again. I can sit on the sofa for 5 hours at night and take my time editing a video, enjoying it, watching YouTube tutorials again on how to do certain things and how to do certain effects, and just enjoy the whole process even more. Whereas in Ibiza, the worst thing imaginable would be to sit in the sofa on a nighttime and do work. Whereas in Madrid, I'm not missing anything. I'm happy to sit here, comfortable in the house, light a candle. Cindy's sitting next to me, she's doing her work, I'm doing my work, and we're both being productive. I have so many more hours in the day to get stuff done, because normally in Ibiza from 6 o'clock or whatever, I go to the gym and then have a beer. I'm not doing any work, I'm not doing anything productive. As soon as I have a beer, I'm not doing anything productive. Whereas here in Madrid, over the last month, I haven't been having a beer, so I can work. I know it's not healthy to do this, but I can work right up until I go to bed. I mean, if I go to bed at 1 o'clock, maybe I'll stop working at around 11:30, and then I'll watch YouTube videos and get inspiration and write down ideas for tomorrow and all of that stuff. But the whole just sitting in the house, being with Cindy, relaxing, having good food, being sober, being able to talk to each other properly, not being drunk, not having stupid fights, is just so much better for me, physically, mentally, emotionally, in every single way. Me and Cindy used to party almost every day in Ibiza, and that was not good. That's another problem, is my relationships. Specifically with Cindy, my relationships with my friends were pretty good, because I would like to say, I'm quite a fun person to be around. I like to have a good time. I make sure that everyone else around me is having a good time when I can. So it definitely wasn't detrimental to my friends, me drinking alcohol. But for mine and Cindy's relationship, because once again, Cindy's first language is not English, and because me and Cindy would both drink together, then what would happen is we'd lose control. We wouldn't control our emotions. So if me and Cindy sat down for 4 or 5 hours drinking beers and having a good time, we're having a good time for sure at first. Everything was good. But then she would say one thing, or I would say something, or something would pop up on Instagram, or something would happen here, or someone would look at me, or whatever would happen, or I would look at someone else. And because we've not got control of our emotions, we've lost the fire again. So what happens when you drink alcohol is you are no longer in complete control of your physical body and of your mind. Like, you get annoyed by things easier, you do stupid shit, you fall over, you hurt yourself, you break stuff. Like, all of this happens because you're not in control of your body how you should be. Alcohol is pretty much a poison for you. It makes you stupid. So anyway, me and Cindy would eventually get bored, start to try and trigger each other, and then we'd have a fight. We both have no emotional control because we're both drunk, and then everything would escalate, and it just wasn't good. And then the next morning, we'd both wake up, neither of us would remember what had happened. We'd both take turns in, I would do something wrong or she would do something wrong. And by the way, these are stupid little things, not serious problems in our relationship, just stupid shit. Like, I can't even explain it. The stupidest shit ever. Me and Cindy have never done anything to actually purposely hurt each other or anything bad like that. Mine and Cindy's relationship takes a lot of work. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. But we'd wake up in the morning, one of us would have to apologize, and then we'd act like nothing would happen, and then we'd go and drink again. And it got to the point where I was like, what the fuck are we actually doing here? Because there is one common problem, and it's the alcohol. When we don't drink alcohol, me and Cindy, before the summer, we did 2 weeks sober in Madrid, and we didn't have any fights. And I was like, Cindy, I want this relationship to work. You want this relationship to work. So let's both cut out the alcohol and see what happens. And to be honest, it was our worst nightmare because we were so accustomed. Ever since I've met Cindy, all we've done is party and enjoy and do fun things. And yeah, live probably one of the best lives ever. So it seems on camera. But we haven't been productive. We haven't been going to the gym together. We haven't been working together, growing our businesses together. And we haven't really been that sober together. And I said to Cindy, okay, let's do this challenge together. We've both been sober for a month. I think we've had one fight over the whole month, which was again over something stupid, but we were able to control ourselves, and we were able to sort out the fight pretty fast, sort out the argument, the discussion. We were able to fix it pretty fast. Now that's one fight in a whole month. Whereas before that, we were fighting every single day. And that's when my friends started to get annoyed because they were like, you and Cindy have too many beers and then you just have a fight and it's just stupid. What are you doing? So that was pretty much the number one reason for stopping the alcohol, is that I wanted to save mine and Cindy's relationship, because I knew that drinking every day was causing problems. It was making me emotional and not allowing me to control my emotions, and the same for Cindy. So I wanted to fix our relationship, and again, a month sober, me and Cindy are both in a really, really good place. Again, this is a whole nother topic that we could talk about, and yeah, feeling super happy, honestly. Probably the happiest I've been in a very, very long time, 2 or 3 years. So really, really happy with how everything's going. Very proud of myself. And even when Christoph came in the last video, of course, don't get annoyed at Christoph for trying to make me drink. He was joking on camera, and as soon as I said no, he respected it. So have friends around you who respect it when you say, no, I'm not going to drink, or I'm going to have an alcohol-free. Make sure you're around people who are going to help you progress. Don't hang around people if they're going to take the piss out of you when you say, oh, I'm going to have an alcohol-free beer, or I'm going to have a Cola Zero. Don't hang around people if they're going to give you a hard time and try and stop you from achieving your goals. We just got stopped by the 30-minute limit, which means we've went well over the 10-minute video which I had initially planned. Anyway, as I was saying, everyone in my group chat, so we have a big group chat with all my best friends in, all my friends who are in my videos, all my friends that came to my birthday, and I'm very lucky that I have probably one of the best and most supportive friend groups in the world. I want to shout out to all my friends because I love them all so much, and they're very honest with me. One thing that we have in our friendship group, I think this actually all kind of stemmed from George Armstrong, is that we're all very honest with each other, and if someone's doing something wrong, or someone's not doing well, or not pulling their weight, or they're doing something repeatedly and making the same mistakes, or we'll call each other up first and be like, are you okay? Are you going through some shit? What's wrong with you? You can talk to me, blah, blah, blah. And we all help each other. So in our group, I think there's 20 of us in the group. Every week, 1 week sober. Lads, I've done 2 weeks sober. Lads, I've done 3 weeks sober. Today, 4 weeks sober. And everyone's congratulating me. Well done, Louis. Amazing. Look how much you've turned your life around. I'm so proud of you. That's the type of friends that you need in your life, not the friends who are telling you, oh, just have a beer, it'll do you no harm, blah, blah, blah. You don't need that in your life. You need people who are going to tell you, okay, keep going, keep going. Same as Cindy. Cindy, every time, if you want a beer, baby, just have sin alcohol, no alcohol. Have a alcohol-free beer if you really want it. I had one with Christoph. I honestly got to the point where I don't even want a beer anymore. Well, it's Christmas. I'll have a few beers over Christmas. I might even have a beer to celebrate doing 1 month sober, because I want to try and achieve balance. I don't want to go cold turkey forever. I want to be able to have a casual drink with a friend. I want to be able to have 3 beers or 4 beers and be able to control myself emotionally and physically, and to be able to still enjoy life. That is what life is about. I don't want to go cold turkey. I don't have any intentions to do that. Maybe I'll do January, February, maybe 2 months sober. Maybe each year I'll do a little bit more time sober, but I don't plan on going cold turkey because I want to enjoy it with my friends. And by the way, I have to say, some of the best memories I have made this summer and last summer have been when we've been drunk, or when we've been partying, or when we've been having fun. I mean, mine and Cindy's honeymoon stage, which I would say lasted probably about 6 months. We had the best time ever. Like, I was in a dream. Like, we had the most amazing time, and I've made the best memories of my life. So I'm not shitting on everything. I have made the best memories of my life, but at what cost? Big costs. Now it's time to get my life in order, and then I can start making them memories again. I can have more balance. Uncle Mike is the perfect role model because he has everything in order, and he goes and has a good time every now and then he grinds all the rest of the time. And it's so much more fulfilling, and progress is what makes happiness. Progress creates happiness. If you are progressing, you 100% will be happy. If you're not making any progress, you're not going to be happy. So bear that in mind. And I've made so much progress in a month that I couldn't be happier. That's why I'm so happy now. Yeah, so Ibiza for me, Temptation Island, as me and Christoph like to call it. You can do whatever you want. You can have the most fun ever, but that's not a good place for someone like me to live in Ibiza, Temptation Island, where you can do all the coolest, funnest shit and have the best time ever. That's not a good place for me to live if I want to get my life in order and be productive, because just like doing 1 month sober, I don't have any beers in the fridge, because if I have beers in the fridge, that's temptation. My willpower and discipline isn't at the strongest right now. With time, it will get stronger and I will get better and I will be more disciplined. What I'm going to do is I'll probably make a part 2 to this video, because I don't want this video to be an hour long. I don't think people will watch it if it's an hour long. That's all the kind of negative side effects of drinking. And again, I've reflected on this. Another thing that I didn't do in Ibiza over the amount of time that I lived there on and off is I never found time to reflect. I was doing so much cool shit every single day. Boats, yachts, parties, hikes, like beautiful things. But I never had the mental clarity to actually sit back on an evening alone, or in the morning alone, and have peace alone and reflect on everything and think to myself, Louis, this life is amazing, or Louis, you need to change now, or Louis, something isn't quite right here. I never had time to actually have a thought process about what was going on in my life. I mean, people were flying in every single day. Louis, come out for a beer, come and do this with us. Or if you're free, come around tonight. Or if you're free, come to Pasha with us, we've got a table. And I just never ever had time to actually sit there and think about my life. Now, over the last month, I've reflected on everything. I've done so much writing. I've got myself a 5-minute journal. I write down everything that I'm grateful for, and I can see the areas of my life that I need to improve on, and I can see the areas of my life that I think are going well. So again, like, I have so many memories in my phone, so many amazing photos and videos, which I will post eventually over the summer, where I didn't post them because I end up getting drunk, and when I get drunk after 3 or 4 beers, I don't care about an Instagram post anymore, or I don't care about my YouTube video anymore. So again, this is all just part of it, and this is one thing that I want to quickly end on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end the video here, is it's Christmas, okay? I want this video to inspire you to take control of your life, to analyze what is going wrong. If you are feeling down, if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling miserable, if you feel like you're not progressing, I want you to watch this video, and even if you're not drinking beers every day, to analyze your life, to sit down, to reflect, to buy a book, to buy a pen, to sit down and write everything down. Clear your head in the morning and at night, okay? And have a look, just kind of analyze your life, reflect on it. It's very easy for you to look at other people's lives and be like, they're doing this, they're doing that, this is what they're doing wrong, this is what they're doing good, oh, I want to be like him. No. Sit down and dissect your own life and see what's going on there. That's what I had to do. That's what I'm doing now. I'm still doing it every single day. And I'm thinking, what else can I do? All these ideas are coming into my head. What can I do better? What can I do here? What can I do this? Okay, so final point before I finish the video. I am going to do part 2 of this video because I think people aren't going to watch it if it's overly long. But again, it's Christmas. It's the time of year for people to indulge, for everyone to enjoy, for you to have a drink with your friends, family, co-workers, loved ones, to eat boxes of chocolates, to eat too much Christmas dinner, to have seconds, to have thirds, to go to nice restaurants, to spoil yourself, to spoil your friends, and just to enjoy. Christmas is the perfect time of year to enjoy and not feel guilty about it. So this trend at the minute of everyone, you need to grind every day, you need to work 12 hours every day, you need to wake up at 5:30 a.m, you need to go to bed at 1 a.m. and get 4 hours sleep. No, it's not true. There's also people doing 75 hard challenge. These things don't promote any balance. They promote extreme discipline, which is good. But at this time of year, one thing is, when people are extremely disciplined, I'm not going to see any girls because they distract me from my work. I'm not going to drink alcohol because it distracts me from my work. I'm not going to eat a cheeseburger because then I'm not going to look good in the gym. You need to find a little bit of balance, especially at Christmas. And if you do have a drink at Christmas, or you have a few drinks and you go out with your friends and you wake up on Sunday morning and you're hungover, don't feel guilty about it. Go make yourself a good breakfast. Go out with a friend or your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever. Go on a hike, get outside, get some sunlight, go and enjoy nature and have a day off. Leave your phone in the house. Put it under the bed, put it in your bedside table, turn your phone off. Don't feel guilty about being hungover once over the last month or 2 months or however long it's been. Don't feel guilty about having a few drinks. Don't feel guilty about eating too much. It's fine. You're allowed to do this, especially at this time of year. It doesn't have to be extreme discipline every single day. If anything, try and find the balance. The reason I was running every day in December, and by the way, I've been running now for 25 days consistently. It is the 13th of December. I'm going to do all the way until January. Again, that's positives. That's for the second video. Anyway, so don't be super harsh on yourself at Christmas. Allow yourself. Don't apologize for having a few drinks. Don't apologize or feel guilty for waking up hungover. It's perfectly fine. Everyone does it. Just don't mess up your life. Don't get too drunk. I mean, I saw a funny meme on Instagram the other day of someone who got an email from their manager at work saying they were getting sacked because of their behavior on the Christmas party. I mean, people do stupid shit at the Christmas parties because people have too many drinks. So behave yourself, try and control yourself, but at the same time, have fun, enjoy. You've worked hard all year. So now is the time to relax, to enjoy, to let go. And as long as you're behaving well and you're not affecting the people around you, then it's fine. And if you do wake up hungover a few days over Christmas, I'm sure I will, it's okay. Stay in bed, cuddle, eat nice food, go for a walk, get some fresh air, and wake up the following day feeling good and get back on the grind, okay? Finally, I'm going to quickly end this video with the positives. I'm not going to go into them in detail. I'll do that in the next video. So ever since I've been 1 month sober, these are the benefits for me, in my opinion. I've run every single day consistently, minimum 5K. I've done Duolingo every single day, which is me improving my Spanish. I now have a 35-day streak. I've been responsible. I've been consistent. I get my shit done no matter what, okay? Bad things used to happen in Ibiza when, for example, I would want to put out a YouTube video on a Thursday, but Boho Beach House would be Thursday night and I would go out and my video wouldn't be finished. And then it's Friday, can't be asked to edit on a Friday. And then it's Saturday, you've got Ansa Ushuaia, you go to Ansa Ushuaia, then you go to Black Coffee at High, then you hung over on Sunday, and then it's Blue Marlin on Sunday. And you're like, oh, why not? Let's go to Blue Marlin. We'll go to Blue Marlin. Then you go to Solomon at Pasha. And then it's Monday morning and you're absolutely fucked because you've been on a 3-day send. And then it takes you Tuesday, you're still not feeling good. Wednesday, you're finally feeling good again. And then it's been a whole week and you were meant to post your YouTube video last week. That is the danger of the cycle of Ibiza. So don't get sucked into that. If you have responsibilities, get them done before you go out, before you go and enjoy. Make sure, that's why it's good to go out on a Friday or Saturday night, because as long as all of your shit is done from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you can go out at the weekend and enjoy. Monday is a fresh start. Sunday is the day where you get yourself together. You make a list of everything you need to do the following week. And Monday, you go again. So enjoy, take your shit off, get your shit done, and then go and enjoy. And also that means you deserve to enjoy. So going out for a few drinks, going to a nice restaurant is so much more enjoyable because you've worked hard to deserve it. I've been far more determined. I've been far more disciplined. My sleep, my Whoop is thanking me an absolute ton. My Whoop has never been so green in the month of November since I've been sober. You can literally see the difference. It's absolutely insane. Apart from 1 week where I was sick, where it dipped down to yellows and 1 red. But other than that, my sleep has been predominantly green. I've been feeling amazing. My mental health, my emotional state has been 10 times better. I was honestly drinking every day. It's so up and down. It's a depressant, makes you feel depressed. I was not in control of my emotions. I feel like I'm doing so much better now. But again, this is all stuff that I need to work on to build back up to get to certain levels. Drinking alcohol every day exposed me and weakened me mentally and physically. I'm far more responsible in terms of work and personal life. So I have commitments to brands that I have to post certain days a week, stories, Instagram posts, YouTube videos, collaborations. I've been getting them all done on time. I'm more responsible now. And that's with work and personal life. Again, with mine and Cindy, I deal with it so much better. We talk better, we communicate better. Everything is so much better. The next thing is relationship. Relationship is 100 times better. Thank God. I'm so happy. Better diet. My diet has been so good. I haven't been eating bad foods. I haven't been eating pizza, McDonald's, any of that bullshit. I literally haven't been eating anything bad. So that's, well, apart from my last video when I got pizzas, that's the first pizza I had in a month. And that's the only pizza I've had in a month. So my diet has been so good. My physique, I'll show you my physique in the next video. My physique is so much better. I have way more free time. I'm so much more productive, so much more creative. The free time is crazy because now I know it's not good to work until right before you go to bed, but I love making content. It's fun for me editing photos and editing videos. And I can do that right up until I go to bed. I get so much done. I'm so much more consistent. And also more free time to do fun stuff, like for me and Cindy to go and play paddle, for me to play football by myself, for me to go to the gym twice a day. I can do all this stuff now that I have more free time. Also, save more money, because drinking alcohol every day, especially in Ibiza, is very expensive. Wasting so much money on alcohol. Again, I still waste money on other things now, like boxes of chocolates, White Monsters, all that stuff. I mean, this is crazy. A can of White Monster is €3, and the same size can as what you get in a Monster of Estrella is €1.50, so it's half the price. Again, that's another problem. Alcohol is very cheap. Finally, my testosterone levels have been through the roof. So, one thing that people tend to think, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard people say this before, and it probably applies to myself as well. Sometimes people like to have a few drinks before they get frisky, so then they've got more confidence in the bedroom, and they're not as nervous, they're not as shy, they're a little bit more confident, and potentially this could also be detrimental, last a little bit longer in the bedroom. But ever since I've quit alcohol, my relationship in the bedroom has been, well, the sex has been amazing. I'm just going to put it out there. Hope my mom and grandma aren't watching this, but sex has been good. My rod has been rock solid because my testosterone levels are so high. Even if you have one drink a day, your testosterone levels plummet. So my testosterone is good. My sex drive is high. My rod is stiff. The sex has been good. The relationship has bloomed in various ways. So don't forget about that, okay? If you have low sex drive, if your shaft isn't as strong as what it could be, it's probably because you have low testosterone, probably because of the alcohol. But again, get those tests done. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here because my camera is now about to die. We're gonna cover all of the positives of being sober and not drinking alcohol in the next video. If you have any questions whatsoever, message me down below in the description box. And again, if you do need any help whatsoever, if you are dealing with some shit right now, message me on Instagram and I'll do my best to help you. So that's a very honest video, me being very vulnerable. I was a little bit scared to talk about it, but I hope it helps you and I hope you enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching. Love you guys. See you in the next one.